Buenos dias. ¿Cómo estás? Hola. All right, there we go. God, that music's loud. Don't want it to drown out too much. How you doing? I see somebody is in here. Is Fastclaw gonna be first? Fastclaw's been first to every stream since the day I can remember. My audio is so loud. I'm in the moment I'm currently crafting a tweet. A lot of care going into this tweet. Bienvenue. I should have made that a little gify. Okay. Oh wait, hold up. Okay. Wow, my hair's all over the place. I used a blow dryer because for the first time in my life, to dry my hair, I wanted to see what it would do. And well, it did this. I mean, on the one hand, it looks fine, but on the other hand, it looks kind of crazy. So. Was it for the better? We might not know. Oh, I'm currently muted on Discord. Okay, no worries. We will continue to be muted in Discord. Today, pew pew. Oh, hello. JKD21. I'm just reading your Discord message. But Discord's being really weird right now. Not sure why it's not showing the message. Okay. Ah. What's going on, Discord? My Discord's frozen. Failed to load messages. Okay, we're gonna restart Discord. Whoa, what's up? I have a new soundboard. Thank you. Looks like Discord is out of the race today. I'm just not going to be on Discord then. Welcome to my #1 fan. It's so cheesy. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Woohoo. I have other ones too. I have yes. I don't have no, but I have boo. This one lasts a long time. It's like 10 seconds. Hooray. Yikes. I have this clapping one. Instead of an applause, because a full-blown like applause is a little grandiose. And then I have this one. I actually like that one. So sometimes I play this one. And then I add that one. It's kind of funny. And then I have this one. You gotta have that one. And then of course, because I'm saying things that are funny all the time. There we go. Those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. We have 8 sound effects. I never use them. I should use them. Um, but I also use the same thing to switch between our scenes here. So I don't have camera toggle anymore because I actually got rid of, as you'll see, my second camera is just black at the moment. Anyway, let's get started. So we just ran our RSpec spec to run tests everywhere, and I did some more examples last night off stream. And it's looks like we got 40 passes. So that's good. As far as where we left off, I actually don't remember where we left off. So let's go ahead and take a look at where we left off here. Let me lower this. I have a desk that goes up and down. It's like a standing desk. Kind of cool. Oh, wait, this should be a little lower. That's better. All right, API, TDD, test-driven development, API. That's what we're doing. Hopefully, let me know if the stream quality is okay. My internet seems slow for some reason. Weird. Test-driven development for the BitNations API version 3. I'm going to raise this a little bit. We wrote a test for research job, but this test doesn't actually test anything because it's hard to test a job. All this job is doing is updating a column, but we couldn't really test this explicitly. So we just kind of tested to make sure the job was called, I guess. I don't know. So there's a research job spec. We're just expecting this column to be true, which it should be. But this is kind of this test actually really isn't even a test. What else did we test yesterday? We did add some technology spec tests. The start research method. So if we go to our technology model, we refactored the way research works. We have a research method. We have some fail safes in here to help with any errors. So the first thing is we check for if research is in progress already or not. This is, to be clear, this is when you're researching technology. Let's put a window over here, shall we? And I think we have something called guide, right? Yes, this is for when, God, why is my internet going so slow? When you're researching your different technologies here. So first we're gonna check if research is in progress. This is easy. Okay. If research is in progress, then we're gonna return out of research. So research is not gonna happen if research is in progress for obvious reasons. Otherwise, we're gonna set the next technology that is to be researched. And we do that by this find next technology method, which is in our private here. Find next technology. All we're doing is we're going through the array of technology items, which is defined as an enum. Sorry, up here. So here's all our technologies, and it's in this order. The order is important for this to function properly. And it finds the one that's set to false, meaning it has not been researched yet. That's our next technology. So again, if we can't find the next technology, you're maxed out on tech. That means that way we return out of here. There's nothing to research. And then finally, we get to start research, and we pass in the parameter of next technology. And this is our start research method where we pass in the new technology. We need to get the index number of that technology because we use that as a little calculation you'll see in a second here. Then we're going to update the technology attributes. We're going to update the research item to be, well, the new research. We're going to say we're going to find what the next technology is after this one, which is why we need our index. Why are we doing this here? Actually, we might need to delete. We might not need to do this anymore. But anyway, we'll keep track of it either way. So the next technology is going to be in this array of advances. Again, it's the same thing, this enum advances up here, which is an object here, but we've turned it into an array down here by doing this keys thing. We get the index and we iterate +1, so that'll be the next technology. We set the research start time to datetime.now, and we set the research duration. Again, we're using index again. Index times index divided by 3. This is how long research takes. So the higher the index number, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 is going to impact the the amount of time it takes, and we set it's minutes from now as a date time. So this is a date time column. And then we set all those things, and we set research tech to true. Wait a second. Don't we not want to do that? Okay, we'll come back to that because that actually might be wrong. We don't want it. I'm pretty sure we don't want to do that. Anyway, then we get to research job. So then we set up a background job. So we're going to pass in the research duration. That's the amount of time and the ID of the technology. And if we go to our research job here, it's basically going to say, that's our spec. Let me open up the actual job. Where is that? Research job. Yeah, we're going to perform this job. We're using Sidekick. We find the technology. If we can't find the technology object in the database, return. So we save ourselves some error. Then we're going to update the technology. It's not too bad. A lot of this code was in the original game. This is currently how it works. But now this is refactored and tested. We wrote some tests for it. So it's not too bad. And ChatGPT makes it so much easier. Update technology. We're going to determine the age. Now, when we update technology, this is where we are getting the research item. So the item we just researched, and now we're setting that column to true. And that means it's officially been researched. Now, this way of just doing a job or a background job in Rails, this is how we schedule things. So this job executes. Basically, we update this once the amount of time has passed, depending on how long it took, how long we set for that research to take, which is set right here. Start research on research tech. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't want to do this. We don't want to set this true here because it's going to be set true here when it's done. So we'll probably have to go back and fix that when we get to that point. So anyway, all that is to say, we've now written a test for start research. The way that test works is we use factory to generate in our test database of technology. When research is not in progress, when research is not in progress, it updates the technology attributes. We mock the research. This is to prevent the actual background job from running when we call the method. And here we're going to say, okay, we're going to update one of the technologies to domestication. So for reference, if we go to our technology here, we see that after fire, you have domestication. And after domestication, you have bow and arrow. So when we call technology.research, we would expect bow and arrow to be the next technology. Sorry, bow and arrow to be the technology we're researching now. And farming to be the technology that was going to be next. So it should follow this order. And expect research job to have received performed at. This is expecting the background job to run. Boom. So if this test passed, it means in essence our research method is working. We've also written one for each method in technology, including our determine age, which has been refactored. Determine age. We do a lot of these return unlesses. This is to prevent any kind of errors from basically happening. If technology nation or new age is nil, we'll get an error. So this just returns if it's nil. And basically, we did this age tech mapping. We took our ages and how they work. Actually, we look here in our documentation, we say age up. You'll see certain technologies unlock a certain age. We've just outlined that here in a constant, and we reference that constant here to determine what age the nation is in. And then if the nation age has changed, then we update the military units. We upgrade or relieve units depending on the age. Of course, this is commented out because we have yet to build the military manager class, let alone a military class at all. We're very much in the beginning here. It's weird that that's blue. All right. Oops. These still work, these links. Oh, it is. Don't open the Discord app. Okay. That's a summary, a very lengthy summary on what we've done there. So we kind of left off at this point of we have two options. We could either start testing actually some post requests, which is one option, or we can kind of go the easier route. Right now, we just have some basic GET requests API. The other thing we want to do is version our API. So really what we should do is do this. Because this is the V1 of this API, might want to put everything inside of V1. So actually, let's do that now. Let's go ahead and... Oh, is my screen frozen? Interesting. Is it, is the screen just black? I'm going to go back and I'm going to share the screen. Let me know if that helped. So we're going to shut down the server and we're going to go back to our code. So we've decided to add this versioning to our API, which is a very common practice and very much recommended. But that means we now need to go into our controllers. Our specs will have to change as well for requests. So basically we will have to make a new folder. Excuse me, hold on. We will have to make a new folder called V1 inside of our API. That's so weird. Why is it like that? Let's just see something here. Ah, yes. Request API V1. Oh, it works? Okay, good. So we want to change our tests. And we're going to want to change our actual controllers. So within API, new folder, V1. All these controllers are going to go into V1. It's good we're doing this now while we just have a couple controllers. The other thing we are going to have to change is each one. We're going to have to add V1 at the top here to each of our controllers. I believe this is all we have to do. We've changed our controllers, our routes, and our specs. But there's a huge chance that I'm wrong here. So instead of having to test things in such a complicated way, like poking around the app, the great thing about integrated testing is we could just run our spec. Whoa, all of our tests are passing. Okay, now we have some failures. And this makes sense, right? Because our routes have changed. Here we are running tests going to the old API endpoints, but we just changed those. This is why we do TDD, folks. This is why we test our code. Look at all this broken stuff, and now we know exactly where it is and how to fix it. So this is going to be in our controller tests. Pretty much all of these are going to have to be updated. Good thing we're doing this now. Anywhere, place where we have API slash needs to have a V1 slash after it. API slash V1 slash. I'm being very lazy here and not actually checking what I'm doing. I'm just assuming this is all gonna do the right thing. But now we could do that because we could just test it. If these all pass, then we've done the right thing. Nope. Okay. All right. Maybe I didn't name it naming convention wrong, possibly. Class API v1 alliances. So maybe undefined method v1 for API module. Maybe this is not the correct way of doing this. Or perhaps that naming convention wise that has to be capitalized. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it has to be capitalized. So we had a lowercase v. If you look at the naming convention here, A is capitalized and N in nations is capitalized. So because that's the first letter, I think that has to be capitalized. I think that was the sole issue there. C bar test pass. Beautiful. That's amazing. Everything passes. Wow, that's the power of testing your code. Imagine the headaches of having to go and actually make tests, but we could also do that. So now we have to update this AP1 API-v1, and when we hit it, boom. Actually, I need to save that. v1, save. There we go. v1, save, and there we go. Too hard for you? Yeah, well, TDD is something that's not very fun, and I hate it personally. So, no reservations on that. Yeah, but I'm really glad I'm doing it here. When you get to a project of this size, it becomes much easier to manage when you have tests to do all that stuff for you. Cool. We did a git commit there. It's basically, we just changed a bunch of files as you just saw. And all those things, you know, are pretty important stuff, but necessary for the functionality of the app. And instead of having to like go through and test the endpoints or go to a web page and refresh it and like test every single action and request in the app, all we have to do is simply run, oh, not that, rspec, and all those, the app does it for us. It's basically doing all the testing for us. It's hitting all those endpoints, and it's making sure that the correct, it's getting the correct information back. So we only have 40 examples, but our app is pretty small at this point. And then as you just saw, when we actually hit those endpoints, they work. So if you're lazy, in the long run, test-driven development is kind of the best solution, because look at how we just did all that stuff. The other benefits are, like we saw earlier this week on one of my earlier streams, once you add a feature, sometimes you break code somewhere else in your code base without realizing it. When you run your test, you'll know that instantly. So it's a powerful thing, TDD. All right. Do we have the old game open? Yes, we do. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to generate the remaining dependent structures of nation. This is the easiest stuff to build and test right now, so we might as well knock it out. And I think in like maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours, we could have this done. So I'm going to put this on my other monitor for now, so I can reference it. But basically, excuse me, none of those things need controllers. Those are all just models. So we're going to shut down the server, and we're going to go ahead and Rails GR models here. We've got something called infrastructure. Can I generate more than one? No, I can't, because it's going to think those are column names. Hold on. See, I'm a lazy person as well. Well, spend the time and energy to research ways I could be even lazier. No, it doesn't look like this is very simple. You know what? And this is why I really have not been impressed with Google recently. ChatGPT will give me a much better answer. Now that I use ChatGPT, I can't even use Google or search or whatever. No, we cannot do that. That's what I figured, because these are going to be the column names. Okay. All right. Bye-bye, ChatGPT. Rails G model, infrastructure. We're just going to go one by one. Rails G model, public service. That's your police force, by the way. Nation report. Investment. That's where your buildings are stored. Population. That's an obvious one. That's just your population. Government. That's also an obvious one. That's your government. Healthcare. Very self-explanatory there. That's your healthcare system. Military. That's actually not your military. That is your, just kidding. That's your military. We already have technology. So we're going to skip that and go to resource. I can't believe resource is not namespaced away. Treasury. That's what keeps track of your money. I never thought I'd have to do that. Okay. Rails G model treasury. That's how you keep track of your money. Economy is, yeah, there you go. That's going to be your economy. And Rails G model budget. That's your spending. And finally, Rails G model land. Your literal land. Okay. Now, one thing we want to do here, we've already loaded in our database schema from the existing app. We're trying to do backwards compatibility here. So in other words, we have these migration files that automatically get generated when we generate models in that way. And we're just going to move to trash. And we're just basically operating on the schema we have. So let's just make sure we have everything here. Alliance, okay, budget, economy, government, make sure they're spelled correctly too. Budget, economy, government, healthcare, infrastructure, investment, land, military, nation, report, population, public service, resource, and treasury. Those are our spec files. I thought I was in the model folder, but it's the same thing. So that's here as well. Budget, economy, blah, 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 blah. Cool. So next, we can actually start to go through, move this guy over there and move this guy. I'll just put this guy over here. So on the right-hand side is our old app, and on the left-hand side is our new app. So if I were to go to budget, oh, we have something called budget manager too. We'll get there. Budgets are really simple. First things first, we have to add the relationships, or actually the associations. Belongs to, whoa. Autocomplete literally just belongs to nation. We don't need all this other stuff. Belongs to nation. Interesting. We have a validate method here that's verify on purchase. And this is how we determine if you have enough money and influence to pass your budget. I bet you that could be refactored. We also have the set default values in here. And if I remember correctly in our schema, we're in budgets, right? We have these set default values already in here. Infrastructure, public service, healthcare, education, total. So we do not any longer, we do not need this anymore. We do need our enum. This is how we keep track of what type of budgetary items you have. Let's open up technology for a second here. So we start with associations, then we have actions, then we have our enums. Okay. Associations, we don't have any actions. We just go straight to enums, and then we're going to have our private method, which is verify purchase. So this is going to be our actions. Try to keep it as readable as possible and comment it so it's very clear. One thing I want to do is I just want to see what's going to happen if we refactor this. This is how I refactor code. Can this be refactored? And the answer is yes, it can. So we're going to let ChatGPT do all the work, per usual. Oh yeah, look how much cleaner this is already. Thank you, ChatGPT, for doing all the work for us. We're going to basically just... oh, interesting. They broke it into their public and private. That makes sense. And I like that it gives a little explanation of what it did to your code here, in case you're confused or worried it won't work. Yeah, I love the way it rewrote this. Holy crap, that's awesome. And then when it comes time to test this code, we'll ask ChatGPT to write the test. That's amazing. It's amazing what you can do here. I might not use this action. I might actually just go ahead and verify purchase. Reset purchase. I don't remember having a reset. I wonder why I added that, because I don't... let's see why I reset that. Thank you. Huh. Reset purchase. We didn't have it. Oh, right there. Of course. Okay. All right. And we're just going to copy this. This is much more dry code. Rather than one big method that does a bunch of stuff, we have a number of smaller methods that do one specific thing. Like in this case, calculate total spending. Or in this case, sufficient funds and influence. When you call this method, because it has a question mark after it, this is just going to return true or false, I think. Spending. I haven't seen this syntax. Let's see here. Yes, I haven't seen this syntax here before. Oh, this is greater than or equals to. Okay. So we're saying if all of this, which is monthly revenue, influence, and whatever else, why do we have monthly revenue twice in here? See, you have to double check ChatGPT's code. Nation.treasury.monthly revenue and influence. Okay, in this case, making sure that this is greater than 0. And this is greater than that number. So it's kind of double checking there, but okay. This is going to return true or false. Finalize the purchase. We're going to say, okay, this is going to be our new spending, and we're going to subtract an influence for now, because we're still doing that, I guess. And then this method is just going to reset these things to 0. So then up here, verify the purchase, total spending equals calculate total spending, our method below. If insufficient funds and influence, finalize purchase. Sorry, if sufficient funds. Otherwise, reset the purchase and add an error. You do not have enough money or influence. Boom. And then we save. This is dope. So I wonder, and I could still run this validate verify purchase on update method up here. Wow. Oops. Okay. Great. Let's write a test for this. The only problem is these models are so interdependent on each other that by the way, where are these coming from? Where's it getting these variables from? I think this is already an issue. And unless you can just do that. No, that's wrong. You see here we define that as nation.treasury, and here we're just saying wait a second. Infrastructure, public service, self dot. Oh, because those are attributes. All right, those are attributes of budget. Okay, so we're just, hey, but that's confusing, isn't it? Because these enums are also the same name as the attributes. How has that never been a problem before? That most definitely should have caused some errors in the past. Because the enums, you can also do like budget.infrastructure and it would return this value here. But we have attributes in the database with the same name, which is float value. Interesting. Well, it's never created a problem before, so. Now write our tests for us, ChatGPT.
Oh, so hard. Programming is such a hard job. Look at all this thinking I have to do.
So much thinking and hard work. Oh man, like exhausting. Thank you, ChatGPT. Great factories. We have factories. Model association set up. Yeah, I believe we have to go into here. And instead of typing everything out again, this is exactly the same. That is exactly the same. So we have all those relationships there. Dependent delete, of course. Okay. Let's see what we do with our budget spec. Describe, why would it say your model? It knows what model we're using. It's the budget model. Horrible. Throw it away. Cancel ChatGPT. Describe budget type model. Let nation. We do have that, so we don't. Oh my god, you could have at least put my model name in here because you knew what it was. You silly. Oh wow, it's really just done it everywhere, hasn't it? Oh, so much work we had to do just then. Okay. Describe verify purchase. When there are sufficient funds and influence before, and it's gonna update the monthly revenue to 1,000, update the influence to 2, and budget update. It completes a purchase. Budget expect total budget to be greater than 0. Expectation influence to equal 1. And we would also, oh wait, no, that's fine. Why are we even updating the monthly revenue? Oh, to make sure we have enough money, maybe? I don't know. This is weird. When there's insufficient funds, we do all this. We expect the total budget to be 0 and the error to show up. Yeah, that's basically it, bro. We don't have any validators, well, except for that, but basically that's it. The rest of our models are small like this too. Now, of course, we can't run this test and it's not going to pass because, you guessed it, Wait a second. We do have treasury now. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. Wait, hold on. Hold up. We're using factories in such a... We're going to have to use this in a better way. What are we on? I can't even think right now. Budget. This isn't going to work though, because we create a nation, we create a budget, but there's no treasury. And it looks like treasury is the only other class in here. So I guess I could just... Well, first of all, let's get this to fail, because that's the whole point. You write tests to fail, and then you get your code to pass the test. If I can, okay, I could try to get on Discord. It hasn't really been loading for me today. So we're running our server. Let's do our spec models budget. Should fail. Undefined method update for nil class. Does it say specifically? Treasury. Yes, exactly. Treasury. So we're going to have to create a treasury. Which we knew. At a certain point, we're going to have to break this into its own folders. I don't know why my Discord isn't loading. So, all right. So let's see what happens now. Failure. Nation.treasury.update. Let's at a very minimum just put belongs to nation here. Association nation. And in our nation, let's just make sure, yeah, we have one treasury. Yep. Let's restart that server. Yeah, I don't know why Discord is elevated latency and errors. We have approximately... Oh, Discord's down. They just sent out a message. We have approximately 50% of our users back. And you can use Discord, but latency is still elevated. If you still aren't able to log in, you should be able to get in the near future. Latency will continue to be elevated until we are able to address the underlying database issue. Eliminate throughput. Wow. Just eat Discord? What does that mean, to eat something? I haven't heard that expression yet. All right, let's run this test again here. Undefined method update for nil class. Right. I mean, I understand that that treasury is nil. I'm not looking at the right file here. We're doing nation.treasury.update. Treasury nil. If we go to our factories here, we're creating a treasury, associating it to nation. Like, eat it. Eat it. Bite. I mean, there's an expression back in the day that was like, bite me. Like, I don't know what it meant. It's very 90s. Actually, I guess that is kind of 90s. Eat it. Kind of reminds me of like I think it is like a 90s expression. I don't know. I'm too old to understand it, and I'm too young to understand it at the same time. Yeah, so we're not creating a treasury here. Let me just see here. Yes. Oh. Treasury nation. Yep, let treasury create treasury. So we should definitely be creating a treasury here. You know what the other problem is? I mean, I can't eat Discord. It's a digital product. I don't know how I would do that. Okay, I just tried to open it again. Of course, it's not working. I'm gonna have to, I guess, eat something. am getting hungry now that you mention it. In Discord, if Discord was a food, I feel like it would be a dessert or like a candy or something. Like a Jolly Rancher, but softer. That's how I'd imagine Discord. If it was a kiwi a day saves a life. I went to the grocery store the other day and I didn't see any kiwis. Which is weird because I thought kiwis were very popular. And I thought they were year round, but maybe they're seasonal. Yeah, I didn't see a single kiwi. Alright. Alright, Brand. So we're doing our treasury create here. And we have a factory set up for treasury. Right? And our treasury model, that's not our treasury model. Our treasury model does have the relationship here. And just to be extra sure, we have our treasuries table right here. In the schema. We've restarted the server. Let's just do a binding.pry. Run the test again. It should stop. Okay, what's treasury? What is it then? It's not available on an example group. Oh. Oh. So does that mean nation is also? Okay. Hold on a second. Let's let that continue to fail. Let's put this, maybe, did it say I have to be in context? I don't know. I was not paying attention. I should pay attention more. Okay, now I should be able to say treasury. Okay, no. Okay. Well, that's not going to be helpful when we're trying to call those things. I guess what I'm kind of confused about is how have we been doing this in our other spec files without it being an issue? Okay, there we go. So it created a nation. Did it create a treasury? It did create a treasury. So if I say nation.treasury, we have a relationship there. And we have a budget as well, right? Treasurely. Treasurely. Is that a word? Treasurely? Oops, I just typed in treasure. No, treasury. That really threw me off when you said that. I never realized the word treasury had the word treasure in it. I'm realizing that for the first time right now. Since you said that. So now that's weird because now I'm thinking about treasure. And then when you say treasury, it sounds like treachery. Anyway, let's move on from that. That's not going anywhere. When there are sufficient funds. Look, dude, we have a treasury here, bro. Like, what the hell, man? So if I were to call this explicitly, let's just say, it updated. So what's the nil class it's talking about? I must have missed something. Because we're still getting a fail. We're still getting cannot update for nil class. Okay, I see. When we did it in binding.pry, it did update the value. That's funny because that first test actually changed the error message. If you notice, instead of saying undefined method update, it says expected got. If you run it again, it will just say the undefined update. Oh God. Okay. Well, let's go fire ChatGPT for doing a horrible job. I don't even explain the error codes really. I'm just like, by the way, when running the test, I'll give it some context. Figure that one out, ChatGPT, since you're so smart. Figure that one out. The let and RSpec is lazily evaluated, which means it doesn't actually create the nation until it's called for the first time. Oh, I did not know that. If there's something in the creation process of nation that should also be in, that's exactly what the issue is. Let. Okay, so we're gonna force create the nation. Yeah, we definitely did that. We did that. Okay, cool. So I think we just had to force it. Eat ChatGPT. No? Alright, let's just force all of these. They said if you put an exclamation point. Alrighty then, folks. Alright. Oh, guess what? It passed. Well, the second test passed. Because it failed. And it failed. That's because it failed. So, the first test we expected 1, but we got 0. Let's investigate. So, see here we update influence to the number 2. When the purchase is completed, we expect the influence to equal 1 because, well, for obvious reasons, we should be subtracting 1 influence from there. Let's go back into our code. Finalize the purchase, nation.influence minus equals 1. Well, the code looks fine. Excuse me, it got 0. Why did it get 0? What if we set this to 1? Are we going to get -1? Expected greater than 0. All right. Oh, now we're going in circles. Okay, hold up. Let's just put that back to where it was. All right. We expected 1. We got 0. When there are sufficient funds and influence. Update. Reviewing this. Technically, we could take 0.1 of. I want to see something here. Budget to be greater than 0. Of course it would be, but we also would want to expect budget dot total to be to equal 10, 20, 30, 40, 100. I'm just giving myself more things before fixing the original thing. Oh, I just want to see if this is actually doing something here. Okay, I get that you're expecting 1 and got 0. Didn't I? Oh, I commented out the wrong line. So does that mean that that's actually passing? Okay, so if I make this 200, this should fail, right? Yeah, okay, cool. 400, and I guess technically 0.0 if we want to be explicit, which we do for now. All right, cool. So the budget's being subtracted, but the nation influence is not, and I'm willing to bet. Let's go to our schema and just look at nations and see what the default. Okay, there's no default value for influence. Why not? I should be setting default values in here. By the way, this is the one that's not passing. Well, we're setting influence to 2. And we're subtracting 1. What? Why did that pass? expected 1 got 2. Why? It's doing it twice. What's going on here? What would cause this to subtract twice? Finalized purchase is called in the verified purchase method. Aha. Boom. Because when we call is this is why we figured it out. We put the number 4 here. We're setting it to 4, but we're getting 2, which, 4 minus 2 is 2. So clearly this code looks right here, minus equals 1. This has to be called twice. Well, it is being called twice because in our spec, we're explicitly calling budget verify purchase. And we have this validate verify purchase on update. In other words, we're going to get rid of that. But it was basically running this method twice, once when we called it and once on the actual update. So I got excited that we figured that one out so quickly. And that passes now. So now that we're just calling budget verify purchase, when we do a budget.update, it doesn't deal with that issue anymore. We're probably going to remove this and not use this method, and we're probably gonna call the method manually. Yes, we are definitely gonna do that. We're not gonna use that anymore. Wow, wonderful. Wunderbar. Now I'm curious if I comment this out, will this test still pass? No. Okay, cool. So we have to have that test there. All right, we should commit this code. Now look, so we got that thing working, right? Now we're gonna run tests on the whole thing, just in case we broke. Oh, look at that. Oh, right. So the star means it's not run. The test didn't run. And I was like, why do we have all those? Well, because when we generated the model, we generated all these spec files, which automatically have these pending tests in it. Pending, that's what pending means. And that's why it doesn't fail. It just says like, hey, not yet implemented tests. Oh, we will implement those at some point soon. But the point is, everything else passed. So our budget model is now written and tested and passing, and everything passes. We don't need Prime there anymore.
Oh, wonderful. Wunderbar.
So now we should write our commit message. We are firstly going to add our nation model. Yeah, sorry, I don't know why I did that twice. Git add, and we are going to add, how do we want to do this? Our first commit should be for, I wanted to do these one at a time. Yeah, I think that's fine. Our first commit message is going to be for adding. Should we just add everything? And the first commit message is add nation models. Okay, let's break this up. We're gonna do the test for. I'm so OCD. We're gonna first commit our test for budget. So we're gonna add budget. Oh no, don't do that, please. What's going on? Oh my goodness. Come on, James. There we go. Git add budget model. Git add the budget spec file. Spec models budget. And in order to get this test to pass, we also needed the treasury model. Well, we also needed our factories file. But we importantly needed our treasury model as well, because we needed to set up the association in the database. These are all the files we need in order to pass that first test. Our test there. Git commit -m gen budget model test verify purchase. Okay, that's that guy, and then git add git commit -m. So now we've added all those, and we're gonna say commit -message generate remaining generate nation dependent models and specs, just models. Yeah, and nope, we already added the relationship models. All right, our spec. Our spec. Nothing's changed, but we're gonna go ahead and do that anyway. And we have our pending test in there, and that's totally fine. Cool. All right. Wow, isn't this fun? Isn't this? It's so fun. It's so fun. And this is what we're going to be doing for quite some time. These are easy models, by the way. We're not dealing with a whole lot of complexity here. These are all the internal models that belong to the nation. And these are all pretty straightforward, as they've been designed to be straightforward. For example, if we go to economy, all the economy model does is calculate a GDP. All the population model does, actually the population model does a lot. This is a more complicated model. The military model, also a little bit more complicated. Yeah, a lot more complicated, but I want to rewrite. I just want to completely rewrite the way the military works, to be perfectly honest. Oh, achievements. I forgot we even had those. But see, most of these are pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Okay, when we get into the way war works, it gets very complicated. That's going to be harder stuff to test. But once that stuff is tested, man, that's going to be great. The game manager is, well, the game manager. This is what the game does. Reward and influence for progressing, add available turns, update the nation age, reset turns, do all this other reward influence, update turns, all that stuff. Check for achievements. That'll all be refactored. Global influence price index? Oh. What? I don't think we're not even using this. Global market. This is experimental. That stuff's still in there. It's crazy because we're definitely not using any of that. That's old code. Can't believe that's still in there. Government could be a fun one to revisit right now, because it's a little more complicated, but it's not. It doesn't rely. Oh my god. Kiwi Empire has government. Kiwi Empire as government. Kiwi government. Yeah, it should definitely be in there. Can't believe we don't have it. These are even going to be updated, so I don't want to touch that quite yet. This is actually one of the few things in the game that is still V alpha. The code is held up this whole time, but this is like, oh my god, like look at this. It worked though. That's the thing, it actually kind of works. Anyway. Healthcare relies. So I think the next thing we have to do is infrastructure and land, because those are easy and a lot of things rely on that, like population and all that, and GDP. So I think infrastructure, let's go with the easy ones. Infrastructure, land, and then population will come next. But look at how simple and easy infrastructure and land are. So let's go ahead and open up our infrastructure and land models. You know what? Let's just take a break and go even easier. Let's just start with land. Associations. Well, land belongs to... Whoa, dude. There's so much extra. Nation. Validate and verify max values on update. Huh. I don't think there's a way to refactor this. We don't need set default values anymore because if we go to our schema and we go to lands, kilometers default is 10. We will keep our enum. We don't even need to comment that because there's only one. And then we'll keep our private method here. And this is just going to like, you know what's crazy? I wonder if this could be made better. It absolutely can. I'm going to do this for a second. ChatGPT, where are you? There you are. Can you make this better? Maybe using a validator. Let's give it some context. Make it better, please. This is my hacky way of doing things on update, so I want to actually do it properly. But it's usually better practice for a validation to add an error when that, okay. Yeah, but I don't actually want an error message because it's that's not user facing. Thanks, ChatGPT. What's that meme I'm thinking of? Thanks, Mom and Dad. Oh my God, you know what I'm thinking of? But it's from that song. No, that's not. Okay, there's this video called Shoes from when I was growing up. And the intro to this video. First of all, pause. Shoes full version.
Happy birthday, twins.
A computer and a car. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Okay, that right there, that little sound bite where he's like, thanks, Mom and Dad. I want to get one that's like, thanks, GPT, and then play it every time it does something.
Kelly.
Anyway, this video is hilarious. Probably before your time. But this is the song. I thought this video was hilarious when I was growing up. This is like one of the first viral YouTube videos ever, by the way.
Oh my God, shoes.
Tell me you guys have seen this.
Let's get some shoes. Let's get some shoes. Let's get some shoes. Shoes.
Yeah, it was funnier 12 years ago. Anyway, video's hilarious. And this guy's like a comedian.
Too many shoes.
Shut up!
I think you have too many shoes.
Shut up! Stupid boy. Stupid boy. Let's get some shoes. Let's party.
Funny. Okay, enough of that. Time to get serious. All right. Back to our lovely background music. Thanks for joining us today. You think so? You think so? What? You think that you've seen it before? Okay, let's see. Handling updates in application logic. With this change, it's important to handle validation errors in your application logic when updating land records. Check if the record is valid before saving. Yep. I do want to use constants here. Yeah, I prefer that. Belongs to, yeah, let's just use that constant there. Where are my validations? Oh. Wait, hold on. I'm like, I need a cup of coffee. I need coffee. Is the YouTube music too quiet now? I can't, you guys can't even hear it, huh? Okay, okay. I did my constants and then I did my validations. Trying to be consistent. Happy birthday, dude. Constants. Then validations. Yes. Because the constants have to come before the validations. And then we have our enum, and then we have our private method. Define, verify max values. This is basically the same as the code I had before, except it adds an error message. But I mean, I guess I'll keep the error message, but it's just, yeah, I should keep the error message because it's even within the application. Yeah, I just had a whole like conversation with myself. Yo, what's up, Schweizer Kaischen Freischer? Buenos dias. Bienvenue. I don't know what that means. Bom dia. It's Portuguese. How you doing? All right, now we're gonna test it. We're gonna go down to our spec file here. Hooray! And we're gonna go to models. Hooray! And we're gonna go to land. Where is it? Right here. Hooray! And we're gonna write a test, I mean. Okay, I know, it's not that bad, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, stop. Never mind. Yeah, setting up the test environment. So, we got a first setup factory. Whoa, what just happened? I mean, I need to refactor this whole entire factory thing as it is. But this is working for now, so. Whoa, dude. Oh, cool. Yeah, let's set a default thing for land. Kilometers 500. Nice. And wow, look at that. So here we have our test for land type model. We're going to create land. When kilometers are within the valid range, expect land to be valid. Otherwise, it's not, and we're going to expect an error. Pretty self-explanatory, very easy test. We're already done with this one. Oh no, undefined method kilometers. Okay, let's go to schema here and let's look at lands. No, we're definitely using kilometers. Oh, I see. You're talking about in my factory file? Yes. Yes, no, yes, you're right. Yes, that is what I meant. That is what I meant. I forgot to put it in squiggly brackets. Okay, cool. Typically, you're supposed to write test to fail. So, when kilometers are within range, when they exceed the range. But, I mean, this is so self-explanatory and simple. TDD, land model, and validate. Whatever. So that does it for land. I'm glad we got some easy stuff coming up on on here. Let's do infrastructure next. Oh, here we go. Infrastructure. So firstly of all, we're gonna go to our handy dandy ChatGPT. Can you refactor this and write a test? No, first let's just do refactor and write a test. This is all we're doing basically is going through the old code base on the right, class file by file, copying and pasting it into ChatGPT, saying, hey, could you refactor this and write a test for it? And then pasting that in here and then running the test to make sure it passes. And then going on our merry way. And that is how you refactor, rewrite, and test TDD a Rails app now. You just let you literally have ChatGPT do all of the work for you. Literally all the work. Wow, look how many things it's doing. It's really broken up the methods into a lot of different little methods. Okay. Typically though, I do like to read through the changes it made, so we're not just blindly copying and pasting. Oh shit, it's gonna write a test for us here too. Nice. Hooray! That was really loud, wasn't it? Is that a more reasonable cheer? I just don't see the music registering on the audio. Oh, what a classic song. Oh. Oh, okay. See, we don't have population yet. So we can't. We have nation, infrastructure, treasury. Wait, do we have treasury? Yes, we do. We did spend time on the budget land. So yeah, we have to do, what are we on now? Okay, we're on infrastructure. We're gonna have to do population next in order for these tests to work. So infrastructure belongs to nation. Before create, set default values. We're not doing default values on infrastructure because instead we're going into the schema, infrastructures, and 0 is the default here. Calculate infrastructure points. This is how infrastructure is calculated, by the way. We've taken a whole bunch of parameters. Dollars spent equals calculate spending treasury budget, which is done here, which is just the budget.infrastructure times treasury monthly revenue, and we round it to 2 decimal points. What we need to spend. Oh, interesting. Okay. Update points. This is the notification. So to do notification system, which I'm probably gonna rewrite. No, we'll see. It works, so why rewrite it? Okay, down here, calculate spend, calculate what we need to spend, update the points. If need to spend is less than 1 and infrastructure is greater than 110, decrease points. Otherwise, if it's less than or equal to 3,500, which I think is supposed to be 3,500, self decrease points, points minus equals points times 10%. Increase points plus equals dollars spent divided by population. Interesting. This is an okay system for now. Now, how we test it is a whole other thing. Because in order to test it, what we really need, infrastructure, what we actually need is population to be configured. So maybe we'll just pause this and go do population real quick. Population, of course, is going to be sort of a big one. There's a lot of things to do with population there. Oh wow, it's windy outside. When did it get windy? It's just super windy all of a sudden. Ah, crazy. I do want a cup of coffee. Let's take a break. A chat break. Sometimes you gotta just relax every once in a while. Not work too hard, you know? You know what I mean? There we go. Buenos dias, everybody. Oh, my arms are sore. I can't straighten them. And I didn't even work out arms. That's the sad part. How's the stream quality? I was having so many issues with stream quality before. It looks good, actually. Actually, it's not bad. Finally, dude. Finally, some decency. My hair's a mess. Oh, and there's no major lag, and it's not a huge issue. What a nice day. What a nice time. So, let's see if I can get on Discord, or if Discord is still shut down. Oh, Discord's back online. Ooh. Okay, wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Sorry, what? All right, hold on. Let me check. Okay, we'll come back to that. All right, real quickly here, since we're all here. Somebody posted this in the Discord. New project. The Bitverse trade data references. What is this about? The project, and this isn't me. This is one of our users, by the way, just to be clear. Should we give him a flag? Did he get something cool for doing this? Or should we just mute him? No, I'm kidding. No. Let's read it first before we just start handing out awards for no reason. Oh, that's the lowest my desk goes. Okay. Oh, this can go lower too. I see. Okay. All right. I'm figuring things out. The project entails the collection of trade data from players of BitNations, which will be analyzed through Google Sheets to ascertain the equilibrium price, that is, the most advantageous price for both sellers and buyers. What? Additionally, we will disclose your trading preferences to facilitate transactions with other players, aiming to foster equitable commerce among various nations. That's dope. And how are they going to do this? With Google Sheets. That's pretty cool. This is kind of cool. Like, I can raise, you guys are going, oh, look. Actually, this is a standing desk. And I low key, I kind of want to stand right now. So we're going to convert to standing mode. Oh, this is so nice. Like, I need better cable management. That's why I keep looking down, because my cables are just hanging off the... There we go. All right. So, this is cool. I'm standing up. Although the data may not be entirely precise, they serve as valuable references to guide nations towards more informed and strategic decisions, thereby mitigating unnecessary trade spam. More importantly, this project acts as a pilot for a sophisticated in-game trading system. We are trialing a viable method to integrate this system within the game, with the aim of refining it for... Whoa, they have a whole website. Wait, what? What is this? Well, first of all, yo, that is dope. Oh no, don't show that. Don't show other people's DMs, please. Okay. Yeah, first of all, who are we? We are a dedicated group of BitNations enthusiasts passionate about fostering unity with the BitNations community through a series of engaging small-scale projects. Dude, that is so cool. Oh, look, they even reference us. They put a little link to us. The things they're doing is so cool on here. What is our goal? Our mission is to bring together BitNation supporters and encourage active participation in the game. What do? We achieve this by organizing interactive and captivating projects that are open for everyone to join. Wow. This is so cool. They got their own Discord server too. I should probably join it. Why not? All right, back to this. Actually, put this over here. Okay. Okay, Bitverse map. I know somebody's how do I open the map? Oh, Bitverse map. There we go. This is actually really cool. See the project. Wow. Funny game. That's funny. Average. Is that a nation name, Average? Well, I can't wait to work with these guys a little bit, especially when they have the trade data. Oh, it's not published yet. That's fine. Eventually, it will be food and steel. Oh, they linked to the game. What is joining the product? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I see. I see. Interesting. So they're collecting data that way. Should I make... Dude, should I make... I know we have a lot on our plate already when it comes to making things for this game. But hear me out for a second. Should I make an API? Because they have to manually collect all this stuff. When it comes to like global market data in the game, global data, which is stuff I've been wanting to do. Actually, don't believe me. Let's look at our old ass code over here where we have this thing called global market with nothing in it. This is created like years ago and I just never built it because it was not as important as a feature of some of the other stuff. It just got deprioritized. But here's the thing, folks. Maybe what I do is maybe I could open up an API that shares some of the global data of BitNations. For example, trade data, war and conflict data, stuff like that. Whatever other global data there is. Yeah, that's dope. Can't I make a poll in here? I don't know how it works. I don't even want to. That would be dope. Well, I keep using the word dope. I've never used the word dope before, and then all of a sudden I'm using it all the time. Wild. I forgot you guys can watch me struggle to write this DM or this message. This is insane. The level of effort and passion and everything else that goes into this. First of all, they get a Zeke. They get Bit James. They get Bitty James, whatever that is. Then they get that. Then they get Zeke. We just gotta pump them up. First of all, they have to get the BitNations emoji for sure. Yeah, man, that's so cool. I don't even know who they are, but whatever they're working on, this whole entire project is pretty dang cool. And I want to support it. So I could probably make that right now if I wanted to. On the current game. But we will stay focused. First, we're gonna finish what we're working on now. I'm gonna grab a little bite to eat. How long have we been live for? An hour and a half? That seems to be like usually what I do after an hour and a half. I need a break. Greater Canton. Dude, thanks. So if you end up watching this video, that's so cool what you're working on. I'm going to help support it. When I have some free time, I'll go ahead and see if I can open up more trade data. I would love a global market. So if I can open up the trade data to someone else for them to figure out some cool stuff there. Then we can implement it in the game later. But I'll probably keep the APIs open for peoples. All right, got a little distracted there. Check where we're at. We did infrastructure. We actually need to do population because none of our tests are going to work if we don't have population. Oh, wait, you know what? We might be able to just do this. Belongs to nation. Yeah, we don't need population to do anything else. In fact, I think we're good to do this. Let's open up our factory and let's just do population. And I think, yeah, sure. We'll just give it a population of like 5,000 people. Actually, let's do, what do we have, 1,000? Yeah. Yeah, you have to have something. 1,000, 10,000, infrastructure. Expect infrastructure progress. Infrastructure progress? What are they talking about? Infrastructure.progress. Oh, that is a method. Okay. Infrastructure progress, nation, infrastructure, population, treasury, budget, land, everything. To change. Well, I don't know what the expected value is going to be. What is some expected value? I have no idea what that is. When conditions for decreasing points are met, some negative value. Yes, but I don't know what the... I got to figure out what those values are. Hey, okay. I got to figure out what I'm going to do for food. So we'll come back and finish this. Once we figure out what these expected values are going to be, well, it would actually be nice if infrastructure, if it can give me like, yeah, no. Can I just make this 0? I just want to see what I'm actually getting. Factory not registered infrastructure. See, this is what we need to do. Debug a little bit. Infrastructure. Undefined local variable or method. $, spent. Oh, good. Calculate spending. Okay, yeah. And to have changed by 0, but was changed by -2. Okay, so the negative, I don't know if it's always going to be -2. But we have this undefined local variable method $, spent. I'm about to figure out. Okay. Truth be told, I gotta go get a snack. I gotta go do some stuff, but I will be back in a little bit. And we'll continue just trucking along, finishing this new API. So exciting. I will see y'all later.